you are planning a trip to Split, congratulations, because you will be in for a treat.
Welcome to Split!
I will show you 10 different things that you can do in and around Split, and I will give you some helpful tips to plan your trip. So get ready for your next summer vacation. Get ready for Split. Split is the second largest city of Croatia, situated at the beautiful Dalmatian coast at the Adriatic Sea. The best time to visit Split is between May and September, when the temperatures are warm and perfect for beach days and outdoor activities. Peak tourist season is from July to August, so if you prefer a little bit a quieter experience, it is best to plan around those months. Getting to Split is quite easy since it has its own airport and you can find direct flights from various European cities. Also, the motorway connections in Croatia are perfect, so if you have a camper van or a car, it is also a perfect destination for a longer road trip. Split can be as affordable or luxurious as you wish. If you stay in hostels, get your food from the grocery store and focus on the free activities, you can keep your daily budget below 100 euros. If you want to stay in a nice hotel or Airbnb close to the city center, go out to restaurants and maybe join some activities and other tours, then the cost can sum up to 200 to 300 euros per day. Now that you have a nice overview about the most important facts, let's jump into our first adventure. One of the main attractions if you travel to Split is definitely to go and explore the city. It is basically built in an old Roman palace, so there's a lot of things to discover, like beautiful buildings, architecture, narrow streets, and much more. The best place to start your city tour is for sure the bronze map right at the Riva Promenade at the waterfront. There you can get a great overview over the old town, which is by the way declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, before you then enter the old basements through the south wall of the palace. So these are the old basements of the palace, which were, I think, filled up with garbage for a long time until they dug everything out again. And now it is this beautiful place with all those little shops. The heart of the palace is the so-called peristyle, and this used to be the reception hall for the Roman emperor in the 4th century AD. For sure, this is the most impressive spot of the old town, so you just have to take your picture right there. From there, you also have amazing views on the cathedral, and you can also enter other parts of the palace. Also for this adventure, it is probably best to just wait until the heat has passed, because now it is the evening and we are still sweating but not dying, which is already like best you can do, I think, around here. The old town of Split has the perfect size to just go and explore by foot. And for sure, around every corner there is another impressive sight to be discovered. This video would be way too long if I covered every single detail of the old town, so just use Google to put together your own customized walking tour. If you want to get the best panoramic view over the city, you have to hike up the Marjan Hill. Sure, with more than 300 steps, you have to work for that view, but if you're up for a little workout, this climb is definitely worth it. On your way up, you will cross a beautiful pine tree forest and you will be surrounded by this cricket soundscape, which is a beautiful contrast to the busy old town center. Once you reach the view platform, you will be rewarded with first-class views over Split and the Adriatic Sea. Up next on our list, the Fortress of Klis.
We drove about 30 minutes away from Split, and here behind me is a fortress where they shot some scenes from Game of Thrones. We go and check it out.
For 10 euros per adult, you can enter the medieval fortress and explore the historic site on your own. Also, from up there you have a great view over Split and the coastline, and if you're a Game of Thrones fan like me, you can literally walk in the footsteps of the actors.
So I'm standing here in the middle of a Game of Thrones set. These stairs here were in several episodes, and yeah, it just looks like a film set, for sure.
There's a small museum where you can learn more about the history of this place, and you can even practice your archery skills if you want.
Let's go! Oh, the seat is so hot.
Our next highlight is the food, because Split has something to offer for every taste.
When you are in Croatia, always make sure to try some cevapcici. Best snack for any time of the day. Yummy.
On a hot day, always make sure that you get some homemade gelato from one of the many shops in town.
Always make sure you get at least one ice cream a day. It's essential.
Another tip is to visit one of the often family-owned and run restaurants with a shorter and simpler menu called konoba. Similar to the tavernas in Greece or the trattorias in Italy, they are the hidden gems for the food lovers where you can get local and home-style meals for a reasonable price. And for those looking for a more upscale dining experience in Split, there are a variety of restaurants serving exquisite dishes.
This is the little town called Trogir, which is supposed to be like a smaller, more relaxed version of Split. From the distance, it looks pretty nice, so let's go and have a closer look.
This charming little town is just a short drive away from Split and offers a unique picture-perfect blend between history and beauty. Just take a stroll through the narrow little streets and check out the big boats at the harbor. Trogir is the perfect spot for a relaxed afternoon with a good meal in a restaurant followed by some unicorn ice cream if you feel like you have already seen every single spot of Split. If you feel like you have to get out of the city and reconnect with nature, then this next spot will not disappoint you.
So just about a 1 hour drive away from Split, there is the Krka National Park, which is one of the biggest and most beautiful national parks of Croatia. And yeah, it's right over there. We will head in and see what we can discover.
Once you're at the visitor center of the park, you will have to hop on to another bus which will take you down to the starting point of all the hiking paths.
So we just waited a little bit until like 5:30 because like I think during the day there are a lot of tourists coming from all the cruise ships that like stay in Split. So I think we made a good decision because now it looks like we have a big part of this place to ourselves.
The wooden walkways will take you through a magical scenery filled with streams, crystal clear lakes and lush greenery. It sure feels like stepping into a fairy tale. The most impressive sight is definitely the 45-meter tall Stradinsky Bog waterfall with its 17 different cascades. It used to be possible to go and have a swim in front of this waterfall, but they changed the rules during the last few years. But trust me, even from dry land, it is a spectacular view and we were very lucky to be there right at the golden hour. In case you are really into waterfalls and the Krka National Park just was not enough for you, then there is another paradise waiting for you, the Plitvice Lakes. If you want to visit this magical place from Split, you have to drive up north for 2.5 hours, so be prepared for a full day adventure. Compared to the Krka National Park, it is bigger and it has more lakes and waterfalls to discover, and overall it feels a little bit more remote and untouched. It requires a bit more walking because there are a lot of different routes that you can take to explore the park. Also here during the summer months it can get very crowded, so choose a good time to go or at least get mentally prepared to share this magical place with a lot of other people at the same time. It is fine to leave Split for some day trips in the area, but just make sure that you are back in time to dive into the nightlife. When the sun sets in Split, the whole city comes alive with this vibrant and unique energy. From charming bars at the waterfront to crazy parties in nightclubs, there is something for everyone. The streets are alive and filled with people and good vibes, making it the perfect place to create memories that will last a lifetime. But make sure that you will get enough sleep because you don't want to miss out on our next adventure. a guided canyoning tour.
We had an early start today because we are about to go canyoning, which is one of the best things that you can do around Split if you're up for some outdoor adventures. I've never done it before, but I am excited to go jump down some waterfalls and hopefully survive. We'll see.
We booked this adventure with a tour company, and after a 45-minute drive, we reached their headquarters. Let's go! We hike down to the canyon, and this is where the fun begins. I think canyoning is just like the next level of a water park. You float, you climb, you slide, and you're surrounded by beautiful nature. The best part of this adventure was rappelling down a 55-meter drop.
Next stop, downstairs.
And right at the end, we could test our courage with some pretty high cliff jumps.
Oh!
You can do a lot of things, but you cannot leave Split without entering the blue Adriatic Sea in some kind of way. There are snorkeling tours, party boats, or my personal favorite, sunset boat cruises. Online, we found this great company offering almost private tours on their speedboats, including drinks and a sunset swim. After a short ride, we anchored in a protected spot where we had the best view on the setting sun, and we could dive into the warm, silky smooth water. This scenery was simply unreal. And with this last adventure, our great trip to Split had come to an end.
Look at this. Can't get any better than this right here. Beautiful.
Alright, now I hope you have all the inspiration you need to plan your trip to Split. Feel free to drop any questions or your own travel tips about Split into the comments. And as usual, if you made it to this point of the video and you found it in any kind of way entertaining or helpful, then you're kind of obligated to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry I don't make the rules. Did you do it? Great. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.